Good morning, welcome to Totally Holistic Health. My name is Julie and I'm so glad that you've decided to come and join me this morning. This month at Totally Holistic Health, we're actually concentrating or focusing more on stress and how to deal with symptoms of stress, how to basically stop stress happening or how it affects the body. So I thought it'd be nice to actually use a yoga practice to help deal with stress. So this is really, so if you do find that you are suffering from stress and anxiety, or there's symptoms that relate to sort of stress, sort of aches and pains, shoulders, tight jaw, possibly stomach issues as well, then this is a really nice practice for you, and it's a nice short practice, so again it doesn't take up too much of your time, so fingers crossed hopefully it will help relieve some of those stress related symptoms. So we're going to start off with a mudra. So get yourself in a nice comfortable position. It can be actually on a chair if you're uncomfortable on the floor. It's also quite nice to have a blanket just underneath your bottom, just to raise your bottom up a little bit, to make it a little bit more comfortable to sit on. And legs can be out in front if that feels more comfortable for you, or as you said, you can be on a chair, but whichever way suits you, that is comfortable for you. But the main thing is just try to imagine a lovely thread coming out the top of the head. Most people tend to find when they're sort of stressed that the body posture changes, so they tend to be a little bit more sort of shoulders coming forward, the belly's sort of pushing back a little bit, so they're a little bit sort of like very concave and very sort of insular in their posture, which obviously will affect the breath. And again, it does that also causes physical issues as well, because obviously it gives you a bad back, and the shoulders obviously will come forward, obviously, and that will affect the neck and everything as well. So again, trying to take time to focus on sitting properly will really help. So if you just maybe bring the shoulder blades down the back a little bit, just give yourself a little bit of space between the ears and the shoulders, and just try to imagine that lovely little thread coming out the top of the head, just drawing the head over the heart and the heart over the pelvis. Now we're going to use a mudra called the Pran Mudra, and it's basically your thumb and your ring and your little finger together. So Pran Mudra is a really nice one. It's called the Life Mudra, and basically it's a really good one for sort of helping with self-confidence. It's helping you sort of gain sort of assertiveness. So if you do feel that under stress you're sort of finding out you're missing out on things, or you're not asserting yourself enough because you sort of feel a little bit everything's on top of you. Again, this is a really nice mudra to try. So we're just going to take a few moments with some breath. Now it's probably best if you're suffering from a little bit of stress or anxiety not to actually hold the breath at all. So it's quite nice just to have a breath, just to focus on a nice breath that just moves very gently in and out of the body. So breathing in and out through the nose. So just very gently breathing in, maybe for a count of 4. And out for a count of 4. Again, it's not important to close the eyes if you're suffering a little bit of anxiety again and stress. Sometimes it's nice just to have the eyes open, but just gazing towards the floor. But just focusing on that breath as it moves in and out of the body. Again, it's really calming for the mind. It really focuses the attention on the heart. Again, just brings you sort of like your attention inwards rather than sort of what's actually happening in your life at that particular moment. It's really good. This mudra is particularly for clearing the mind as well. So again, if you sort of feel you're a bit muddled up and looking for a little bit of clarity, then this is a really nice mudra to use again. And with each breath, just see if you can draw those shoulders down away from the ears, and just notice if the jaw is quite tight, and if it is, just moving the jaw from side to side, just to release that jaw, just having that awareness of any tightness anywhere in the body, and also any discomfort as well. Just bring the chin down towards the chest, just noticing any tightness in the neck. Okay, just use the breath, Continue to breathe long and deep. Rolling the right ear onto the right shoulder. Again, noticing that tightness. And again, chin down to the chest. Left ear onto the left shoulder. Again, noticing any tightness in the right side of the neck. But also if there is tightness there, just use that breath to see if you can release. And then roll the chin back down to the chest. And then bring the head up. Okay, so bring the fingertips to the side. So again, just growing yourself nice and tall. Bring the shoulders back away from the ears. Again, just really trying to open up the chest rather than having that really forward posture. Just bringing the chest nice and open. And just allowing yourself to breathe in, bring the arms above the head. And breathing out. Again, normally through the mouth, through the nose, sorry, but you can breathe through the mouth if you're feeling a little bit bunged up. Breathing in. So I'm going to grab the left wrist with the right hand. Just very gently draw the left arm over to the right side. Just feel that lovely stretch in the left side of the body. Again, don't overdo it, just do it enough just so that you can sort of feel the opening of the ribs. Just really having that body awareness, what feels nice and what feels right for you. And coming back to centre, bringing the arms down. Breathing in. And then grabbing hold of the right wrist with the left hand and gently just drawing the right hand over to the left. Again, just noticing that lovely opening up of the left, so the right side of the body. And again, finding if your shoulder is a little bit tight, you can just bend those elbows, just allow that chest to open. Coming back to centre, bring the arms down by the side. Again, just taking stock of how you're feeling now. It's quite nice as well just to notice any sensations while you're doing this, sort of notice where you want to move as well. It's quite nice just to sort of bring that awareness back into the body, because most of the time we're sort of up in our heads, just really focusing on sort of stuff that we're actually stressing about, but sometimes it's nice just to draw that attention back into the body. So just take that time to notice, what do you feel you want your body to do? You know, sometimes it might just be, you know, want a little bit more movement, so just moving the shoulders, maybe just doing some nice circles with the shoulders. Really just drawing that attention into any aches and pains and crunchiness in those shoulders and bringing them forward. But just savouring that moment of how that feels, just noticing, and this is your time, so just try to allow any horrible, negative, stressy thoughts just to acknowledge them, but just allow them just to sit there and not actually respond to them, just noticing they're there, and then just go back to the focus of your breath. Wonderful. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So again, the cat-cow is a really nice pose to do. It just really helps just bring that movement back into the body again, just bringing the energy back so it moves around the body a little bit more easily. And again, if you've got issues with your knees, just use your blanket underneath your knees. So bringing the knees there and the hands underneath the shoulders. And again, just get yourself nice and comfortable. Maybe just moving the hips from side to side. So just try to keep the shoulders in the same place. Just moving the hips either side. Because a lot of time you get pain in the lower back. And again, it's just nice to have that movement. Just to ease the sensations and maybe just play around with it a little bit. And then just coming into a nice neutral spine. We're going to just arch away from the floor. So just dropping the head down between the shoulders, and then just noticing that lovely stretch on the back of the body. Really savouring that feeling. Use the breath. Then dropping the head, bring the head up, dropping the belly down. And again, just noticing that lovely stretch in the whole of the front body. Dropping the shoulders down towards the back. Arching away from the floor again, just dropping the head down. And arching away. And again, just noticing how you're feeling now, noticing what your body needs. Again, just continue on with cat-cows if that feels as if your body needs a little bit more, or again, just playing around with it, sort of doing hips from side to side, but just really noticing what your body feels like it could do. Because if you are sort of stationary quite a lot of the time, it's quite nice just to bring that little bit of movement in, but obviously just to your comfort zone. So we're going to bring the knees nice and wide, feet together, just drop back into a lovely pose of a child again. Don't worry too much about bringing the bottom down towards the feet, but just letting the head come down between the arms. If that does feel a little bit uncomfortable for you, what you can do is just roll your blanket up, just pop that on your heels. Again, just allow yourself to sit on there, and again, it just makes it a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more pleasant if you're feeling a little bit of discomfort there. Again, it's a nice extended child's pose. And this is actually quite an active pose. So from here, what you can do if you do feel you've got tight shoulders is just bring the palms off, just coming onto the fingertips. Just noticing that change in the shoulders. And again, if that feels okay, that's fine. Just use this. Or if you do want a little bit more of a passive pose, just allowing the arms to settle down. Just rest either there, or you can just bring them by your side. But again, just play around with it, just see what feels right for you, because again, don't forget, you know, you might feel in the mood where you just want to just really close off and just not think about anything else and just stay here. Just rolling the forehead a little bit from side to side, just to massage your brow, third eye. Very slowly, when you're ready, just coming up onto your knees. So again, you can keep that little blanket behind your bottom if you want to, or again, if you want to remove it and put it underneath your knees. Again, it really depends on having a play around, see what feels right for you. If you've got issues with your knees, you might want to, again, put a blanket and bottom under your bottom and also under your knees. So you can bring the arms behind the back, just interlocking the fingers, just opening up the chest, just allowing the head to stay in line with the spine. Again, just moving those shoulders away from the ears, just opening up the chest. Keeping the breath nice and steady. And then releasing the arms, so coming onto a blanket into, let's turn this around a little bit actually. So we're going to bring the weight into the left buttock. We're going to bend the right knee in front of us. Sorry, the right leg in front of us, and then bring the left leg in front of us, right leg down the side. And I'm very gently going to twist round to the left. So the right arm is coming onto that left knee, and the left arm is coming behind, and just opening up, twisting round to the left. Keeping the breath steady. Again, eyes can be open or closed, and sometimes if you have your eyes closed, it can cause a little bit of anxiety and stress. So again, sometimes it's nice just to bring your focus onto something like a plant or that nice salt lamp over there, or just something that you can focus on, just to notice that there is things that you recognise around you. And gently coming back to centre. So bringing the legs the other way, so right leg now in front of you, left leg just to the side, so that right knee is just, right foot's resting on that left knee, and just twisting round to the right. So the left hand comes onto that right knee, right hand behind again, just opening up, twisting around. Again, just really notice that lovely opening up of the chest, really wringing out the belly. Again, really good for digestive issues if you've got problems with digestion with your, if any sort of suffering from stress related IBS. And then gently coming back to centre. So we're going to come onto our blanket again. So bringing the feet out in front of us. So again, just making sure you're moving all your bum cheeks out of the way. Some are ample, more ample than others. And then just bringing the hip sockets back in, so you're nice and upright. And again, nice and strong with the legs. So nice, cool, putting that core in nice and tall, shoulder blades down the back. And we're just going to bring the hands underneath those knees. And again, just pushing back with the hips, coming back with the shoulder, forward with the shoulders and the chest, and just releasing down. So either bringing the hands underneath the heels, or just resting them on the feet into a lovely forward bend, and again just letting the head just sink down. If you need to open the knees a little bit to come through, that's absolutely fine. Just allowing yourself just to really sink forward. And slowly, easy after that. Come back upright again. So we're going to get our blanket. I'm just going to fold it and then roll it into a nice long sausage, and we're going to place that just underneath our spine. So we're very gently going to come down now onto our backs. And again, make sure that your head comes off the end of that roll of blanket. So really opening up the chest. So feet can be nice and rested by nice and lengthening down the mat, or if you do want to, you can bring the soles of the feet together and just allow the knees to drop out the side. Again, if you need a little bit of padding underneath these knees, if that's uncomfortable for you, then just get another couple of blankets or pillows and just pop them underneath those thighs. Or I sometimes find just crossing the legs is actually quite nice and just leaving them there. Again, whichever's comfortable for you, or if you've got issues with your back, again, knees bent is absolutely fine as well. So again, just move your legs into whichever position is comfortable for you. Just enjoy that lovely opening of the heart, expansion of the ribs. Again, staying here for as long as you need to. I mean, it might be a minute, it might be a couple of minutes. And if you're comfortable, just really enjoying that sensation of just bringing the shoulders down, away from the ears, and just releasing any tension in the chest, and the lung, and the ribs, also the belly as well. Stay here for another minute or so. Very gently, just bending the knees if they're not bent already, just rolling to the side. And let's very gently come back up to sitting. And again, you can use a block or your handy mat to sit on, or blanket. And Just coming back into a lovely upright posture again. Just noticing how you're feeling. Whether you're feeling nice and relaxed, whether there's any sensations you can feel, sort of any discomfort again. Very gently bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra at the heart centre, but also just trying to make sure you've got a little gap underneath or between the palms. Just take that little lotus flower there, bring the fingertips together, lowering the head. Bowing the head. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget you can sign up to join up with my my own YouTube channel. Just trying to keep lots of free yoga on the internet. So I will give the link below this, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.